it's around 10:30 tonight, and I decided that since I hadn't, sorry, I had to adjust the camera just a little bit. Since I haven't talked about it yet, we're going to talk about all the books I read this year. So far, I'm pulling up my Goodreads now. I'm going to kind of take a screenshot of what my page looks like and put it here, and then also y'all should go check it out. I'll link it down in the description. So my goal this year was to read 30 books. I have read 28 at the moment, and I'm currently reading one. So this year, let me look at, I'm sorry, my Goodreads sucks. It's just, my Wi-Fi sucks here at school, and I am still at school, so I have none of these books physically with me, unfortunately. I'm sorry. But I really didn't want to put it off any longer, because around the same time I did the last what I read through the year video. So let's get this going. So I have managed to read a book or more in January, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, and November so far. I'm also going to end up getting the December achievement as well. But, so, let me bring up all the things. Okay, so first things first, I read A Pack for Autumn by Amelia Emerson. I started this book December 31st of last year and then finished it on January 2nd. I did read this on my Kindle. Go check it out. Kindle Unlimited. It is amazing. Okay. The next one I read was the sequel to that book, A Pack for Winter, by Eliana Lee. So I'm pulling up the details for y'all. Again, it's a part of the Cozyverse collection of books, which happens to have more than one, I think maybe more than one author, I guess, since the first and the second are different. But I started this book on the 2nd and finished it on the 8th. Again, also on Kindle Unlimited, so please go check them out, because I loved it. Finished it that quickly because I was enjoying it so much. Okay. Next book, I read the graphic novel version of Lore Olympus, Volume 7, which is on Webtoon. I just read it faster in the book format. I'm trying to figure out. So the Volume 7 includes episodes 153 to 179 of the Webtoon comic. I started that book on the 22nd of December, put it down for a hot minute, and then finished it on the 9th of January, by the way. So again, a lot of books were read in January because I was home. The third book was, oh wow, I actually remember when I got this book. I was hanging out with my friend Ella, who I no longer talk to, but it's for the best. We went to the bookstore in August before I came back to school for at that point, that would have been my junior year. And then I paid to get her a few books, because I wasn't able to return home for her birthday at the time, but unfortunately, we no longer talk, but it is for the best. I'm at a happier place. I hope she's at a happier place. So yeah, I got this book in August. I didn't read this until January because I just didn't get to it until I was home because I didn't bring it to school with me. Finished it on January 13th. I like reading and listening to the audiobooks at the same time. And it helps me read faster, which is what I've been doing while I'm at school because I don't necessarily always have the time to read. So I'll listen to a book while I'm like walking to class or doing my morning walks, which I do at 8:30 in the morning on most days. So sorry. I'm tired. The next book is a Kindle Unlimited book that I read on Kindle. It is called Fairy Tale by Stephen King. I didn't read this. I can't remember when I started this. I know when I finished it though. Yeah, again, don't necessarily have a lot of time to read all these books. So like I started this on January 13th and didn't finish it until March 10th, which was in the middle of my trip down to New Orleans. So again, didn't necessarily have a lot of time on my hands, but that covered my March book. And then after that, I read Iron Flame by Rebecca Yarros. I love this book so much. Cliffhangers are getting to me and I hate it because when I was reviewing this book, I said, when it's like, what do you think about it? All I said was, all I can say is, what the actual fuck? Which I think is pretty accurate for what was going on throughout that book. I started that book on March 11th, 2025, on the flight home from New Orleans to Pennsylvania, and I didn't finish it until March 25th. Again, what the actual fuck? Okay, the next book I read was another Kindle Unlimited book that I was using to my advantage, actually, and it is called Sovereign by Raya Morris Edwards. I started this book on March 24th and then finished it on April 1st, so let's go. That actually happens to be my dad and my stepmom's anniversary, so this was their second anniversary that I finished this book on. I unfortunately wasn't home. I was back up at school already, but don't ever try and remember your parents' anniversaries. Remember the birthdays, because one text a day, can brighten up their whole week. And that's what I try and do. So, like, I hadn't answered my dad's text for the past 4 days because I've been studying my ass off for finals at the moment. And you know what I did? I texted him today because he sent me the freaking Muppets Phenomena video again. I swear, my dad's one goal in life is to send me the most obnoxious get stuck in your head videos every day. And you know what? It's working. And you know what I texted him back? I was like, no, stop. And we joked, and he was like, you just checked your text message from 4 days ago? And I was like, yes, I'm sorry. I've been studying my ass off. So again, all fun and games, but the only thing I said about this book was hot. And this was the first book in the Sovereign Mountain series. So again, Kindle Unlimited, go check it out if you can. The next book that I read was something that I've had since high school and never got fully the chance to read it. So you might have heard about it, probably not. You probably heard of the series. So this book is by Willow Winters. It is called Vincent L. It is a part of the hidden, like, the hidden covers sort of thing, like where it's like the darker the cover, the hotter the material, the darker the material. It's very popular on TikTok. If you search up Willow Winters, you'll probably find it because they're always posting about it because it's so popular. I originally tried to read this back when I was, again, in high school. Didn't get time to. I started it on April 3rd and finished it on April 4th. It is a small book. It is considered a standalone, but it's an interconnected standalone. This book is extremely dark, but the spice is there. I gave it 5 spice. I absolutely loved it and could not put it down. I actually managed to finish it in under 24 hours. Yeah, ain't that a bitch? No, the book is great and I definitely recommend it. Okay, another, here we go, Kindle Unlimited book. I kind of fell into like a dark romance kind of vibe theme going on here. So the next book is Rule of Three by Misty Wilds, which is the Baranova Bratva, which is a mafia romance. And I started this May 7th and also finished it on May 7th. So there you go, ladies and gents. Kindle Unlimited, please go check it out. The next one is Wreck and Ruin. I can't seem to get any of my info on this one, but it has to be sometime in May. Again, also Kindle Unlimited. It is Wreck and Ruin, which is the first book of the Tarnished Angels Motorcycle Club series by Emma Slate. It's on Kindle. I think I either bought it on Kindle or it's on Kindle Unlimited, so go check it out. The next one is the sequel to Rule of Three, which is Reign of Four by Misty Wilds. So let's see if I have my details on here. Yes, I got this May 7th after I finished the book, the first one, and I finished it on the 13th. Probably because I just took a little bit of a break there to read Wreck and Ruin. Alrighty, another actual physical book that I've read. Abby Jimenez is Just for the Summer. I think I read this in like oh god, wow. Okay, so this one was a hot minute, and again, this is probably around the time where I was flipping back and forth between reading like audio, reading physical, reading on my Kindle. So I started this on April 3rd and then finished it on May 28th. This book is really cute and I really want love like that in that book. Just for the Summer, Abby Jimenez, go check it out. Alrighty, and the next book is Onyx Storm by Rebecca Yarros. I was dying. This book killed me. Actually killed me. I'm pretty sure I cried after finishing it. I started on the May 28th and finished it on June 1st. It was a rough go ahead. The only thing I can say is like, what the actual fuck? I need number 4 out like now. Please, Rebecca. Please, can we have book number 4, please? Please. I need to know what happens with Satan. Like, so bad. It's breaking my heart. Whenever I see it in my, like, whenever I see it in my library, because, like, I'm redoing my room, so I have to move all my books. Whenever I see it, I just, like, tears. And I can't stop. The next one is the sequel to, I can't remember the title of the first one. Oh my lord. The Throne of the Fallen is The Throne of Secrets, also by Carrie Manscalato. Alrighty, this series I figured out after the second one is focused on the Deadly Sins, and so I'm expecting a lot more of these books, and I'm really excited because the third one's already predicted like to be out soon, so we shall see. Again, book's really good. It's very spicy. I loved it. I started this June 1st and finished it on the 10th because it was just addicting. Let's see if the third one's out yet. Yes, it is. The third one is called Throne of Nightmares. Pretty sure it is already... Oh, no. It is expected to come out 12th of February of 2026. Right before my birthday. Again, love the series. I'm obsessed. Author writes phenomenally. And I can't wait to see what where the third book takes us. Alrighty, we have another Kindle Unlimited book. We have Beautiful Venom by Rhea Kent. It is a hockey romance, and I started it on the 2nd and finished it on the 11th. So there you go. Kindle Unlimited. It's the Vipers series about a hockey team and like all their love issues. The next clump of books are all physical reads. So we have Love Redesigned by Lauren Asher, Love Unwritten by Lauren Asher, which the 3rd one just came out, and I hope to get it for Christmas because I think my cousin may be getting it for me or my friend. I'm not entirely sure. And then we have Flawless by Elsie Silver and Heartless by Elsie Silver. These were all freaking poolside reads for me because I worked as a lifeguard last summer. So I was by the pool reading every goddamn day. So, and then Quicksilver by Callie Hart. The 2nd book just came out. I asked that for Christmas too from my cousin Esme. So fingers crossed, y'all. I hope I get that one. All those, again, were poolside reads because I was at the pool. I was a lifeguard all summer, so I was reading a shit ton. Alrighty, we also have another Kindle Unlimited book. It is by Alexis Grace, and it is called Killer of Mine, and it is basically about this FBI task force that recruits the daughter of a freaking serial killer to work for them, and I finished this in a day. So I started this on July 22nd and finished it on July 22nd. I'm pretty sure I also started the sequel, but I haven't finished it quite yet. Okay, we have 3 more poolside reads, excuse me. We have Off to the Races by Elsie Silver and A Photo Finish by Elsie Silver, both of which are amazing, and finished them quickly because I was also listening to the audiobook. And then we have Danny Francis's Silver Elite, which I'm also very excited for the sequel to be coming out soon, hopefully, because that book was addicting. And then those were finished, I think, at the pool. And then the next 2 I read while I was down at the beach mid-August. So we have The Man No One Believed, The Untold Story of the Georgia Church Murders by Joshua Sharp. This book ate me because, like, I loved it. It was a little slow to get into, but I loved it nonetheless because I'm a huge historical fan. And so the fact that this was a memoir about how this poor gentleman was wrongly convicted of murder and was sentenced to jail and served for an extremely long period of time. Again, beautiful book. Definitely go check it out. I got it through Book of the Month, so I'm not entirely sure where, but I'm pretty sure if you Google it, you can see where you can get it. Most likely you can get it at Barnes & Nobles. Go check it out. Heart-wrenching. And then the book that almost made me puke. So the next book that I read was The Teacher by Frida McFadden. This made me want to hurl when I realized at the end that the first victim of his is actually now his wife. So, again, made me want to hurl. And, you know, I don't know how y'all do with horror mysteries, so that's not my cup of tea, unfortunately. Specifically that. I can't do rape very well, so if that's your cup of tea, go for it. Not my cup of tea. The next one is a Kindle Unlimited book, and it is called See You Soon. And of course, I can't find any of the details for this one either. It is called See You Soon, a dark military romance. It is by Lexi Ackelson, and it is the Scarred Executioner's book number 1. I liked it. It was a little, you know, hot and heavy at some points, and then also really cute and sweet at the others. I wish I could tell you the dates, because I know that was recent. I was here, like, at school reading this, so probably, like, September, October. And then the last book that I have read was The Beach Read, and I love this book. It was adorable. I see why Emily Henry is a fan favorite for a lot of people. That one I just finished not that long ago, so probably like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, so basically that is all the books I've read so far. You'll most likely be getting more updates about the books I read because it is the beginning of December and I'm going home on Monday, and I will be taking all my books with me to read, and most likely we'll be spending when I am not reorganizing my room and all that shit, I will be reading. Even when I'm reorganizing my room, I'll most likely be reading as well. So again, hope you all enjoyed, and happy holidays, everyone.